What's good, everybody? It's your boy J Main, and as always, I hope everyone's having a well and productive day. Please be sure to check out my last video if you haven't already. I have the link in the description as well as my other social media sites. Alright, so yesterday we learned that the Oculus Rift will be shipping this March for $599. Included in that $599, you get the Oculus Rift headset, the sensor, 2 games, Lucky's Tale and Eve's Valkyrie, cables, the Oculus remote, and an Xbox One controller. Pre-orders opened yesterday, and they said that after 15 minutes, all the pre-orders were sold out. The initial pre-orders, at least. Anything else after that was pre-ordered is being delayed as far as shipment goes. We got delays all the way up till June now that I'm hearing. So it looks like people are still interested in it. But I must say that the pre-orders were free, so people didn't have to put down any money. It was free to pre-order. You'll probably get charged like when it ships or something like that. I wasn't surprised at the $599 price. Last year, about around May, I read an article, and I'll have the link in the description, talking about the requirements of like the PC requirements you're going to need to actually have the device run. And in that list, there's a list. They talk about having a NVIDIA GTX 970 or AMD 290 equivalent or higher, an Intel i5 4590 processor equivalent or higher, 8 gigabytes plus of RAM, a compatible HDMI 1.3 video output, 2 times USB 3.0 ports, and Windows 7 SB1 or higher. So, looking at the requirements, it just shows that, they're building a device, a VR headset that's going to be top of the line. Like, if you're going to have at least, $600 just off those first 2 parts that I named, and then you still got to go out and get all that other stuff. So, they're trying to be the leader in the VR market as far as having the most powerful VR headset. So when I was thinking about that, I'm like, yeah, I could see it being priced at $500. $499 was something I thought that they might go with if they wanted to appeal more to the market, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like, they feel like this is the best VR headset on the market, so we're going to charge, the best of the VR headset prices. I was on Twitter and, NeoGaf and stuff like that, just reading reactions, and a lot of people were saying DOA and, nobody's going to buy it and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think there's a market for VR. $599 definitely seems like a high price. I can't lie about that. But I don't know. I think the stuff that they have shown and the things that they promised for VR will get people enticed. Now, this might not be the device that everybody goes out and gets to get involved with VR, but I think, in the future, this is going to be one of the VR devices that can push VR to the limits because of it being, on PC, and that, it's going to be the most powerful headset, one of the most powerful headsets, at least on the market. I'm interested in it. I definitely want to own an Oculus one day, but as of right now, I don't have a PC that can run this device, so I'll be stuck with, whatever price point PlayStation comes out with, because I'm getting one of these. Like, VR is something I've been interested in it since since they started getting more serious about it and showing games and experiences and stuff like that, talking about experiences and what the future plans are and stuff like that. So, that brings me up to my next point with PlayStation VR. It seems like the majority of people who want VR might start with the PlayStation VR headset, because if you're going to take a chance with something, I can't see people spending $599 just to take a chance. Like, that price point is just way too high for people who are skeptical about it but still want to get their hands on it. I think if Sony is smart, they would release it at $299. I think that's a good point where they would get a lot of people on board, and all those people second guessing might go ahead and pull that trigger. You know, especially with the $599 price point to compare it to with the Oculus. I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh, that's not too bad if you got, you know, Oculus charging that much and you guys only charging $299." You know, for not the same exact experience, but you can get the idea of if VR is for you, or if VR is something that you want to continue supporting, or, you know, going forward with. $399. I think they could still get people on board, but I think anything higher than that, it's going to be tough, especially after reading the reactions from people. And it's a small amount of people if I'm going based off what I read. It's not like it's anything I can be definitive about, but like I said, $299 is a great price point for PlayStation VR. So, and especially with Sony, they got the PS4, and they just announced 36 million console sold. So, you know, that market is huge. And if you compare it, they were saying, like, some analysts are predicting that only like around 13 million people have a PC. I think it was NVIDIA that came out and said something. I have the article down below where they were saying like only 13 million people have, you know, a PC required to run this device. So if you compare that to 36 million, you know, it's definitely a bigger market to appeal to. So you want to get that price down to appeal to those people. You know, they haven't said anything about price of PlayStation VR, but, you know, I figure we're going to hear something real soon, especially if they feel like they got a price point that's going to shock the world after what happened after the price with Oculus. So expected it at CES, but we got nothing about VR. I'm like, they talked about it at the beginning, but nothing that we wanted to hear. We want to hear price. We want to hear release date. So we're going to have to wait till the next conference, or maybe they won't even announce it at the conference. Just, you know, drop an article about what's going on with the price and stuff. So, you know, that's just what I think about the situation. Still interested in VR. Most likely going to be entering the VR game with the PlayStation VR. So I'm ready for that price point, ready to get the ball rolling. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about this, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's all appreciated. And I'll check you guys out in my next video. Peace.